it went through. If not, I'll share it again.
I'm in there now. I was underneath another one that says game final pitch.
And you're looking for the Thor slides. You're going with slide 31, if that's the case, if that's what you're looking at.
And then farther down through those, there's a breakdown of all the base cards, which are the ones that you see here.
That all starts at 50, slide 57.
So these are your base cards. These are going to actually fill up the base deck that you draw from as you defeat people in battle.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your fly cards, counter, dodge, heal, attack up, and defense up. Those are your main six. And then your power cards, the ones that we just went through, your three of the power cards are your character power cards. So since you chose Thor, you'll have 3 lightning strike cards in that deck. There's 4 summon cards, enabling you to summon one of the 4 characters that you did not choose. So Odin, Hel, Loki, and Frigg. And then there's 5 replenish cards in that deck, which is a heal for max HP. Those will be drawn at the defeat of each one of the mini bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So when you defeat a mini boss, you'll have the opportunity to draw one of the power cards to put in your hand. Plus, you'll draw your 3 normal end of battle cards. The card rules have changed a little bit. You're allowed to have 5 cards in your hand from the base deck. That's your max hand. The power cards do not count as your max hand.
Okay.
So those are on top of the 5. Your max hand, initially we had started off with character draws 3, pulls 1 at the very beginning. We're actually shifted that, and we are going to let you draw all 3 of the first top 3 cards that you draw off the base deck, you immediately put in your hand. So it gives you 3 cards to actually start the game with. Clear so far? We're good to go on the. Okay, cool. Gameplay rules, same. Your goal is to get from the beginning of the Bifrost and defeat Cert. In order to get into the castle, you have to defeat all 3 mini bosses to get there.
Okay.
On the map, you'll also notice some color coding. So you'll see pink and you'll see orange. In the pink realms, the enemy's HP has increased and damage has increased. The orange realms, the enemy HP has just increased. So you have some different difficulty levels as you progress through the map to try to avoid or purposely pass through, depending on which way you want to go with it.
Okay.
We have a breakdown, like if you can see, I don't know, this is just kind of a base break. This is what the DM cheat sheet kind of looks like. It's got the color coding at the bottom for the damage and the hit point changes, depending on where you're at. It's got a breakdown of the attack and defense up cards, so you can figure out the rolls easier. Instead of rolling a D6 like we originally were rolling for enemies, that's now become a D12. And we have a different combination of how the enemies are, and this has been altered. So I'll read them out loud so you can kind of understand what the enemy options are for the mobs.
Okay.
So if you roll a 1, if I roll a 1 with the D12, you'll fight a Jotun. If I roll a 2, you'll fight a Huldra and a Dark Elf. A 3 will be a Draugr. A 4 will be a Jotun and a Dwarf. A 5 will be a Dark Elf. A 6 will be a Draugr and a Huldra. A 7 will be a Huldra. Then 8 will be a Troll and a Dark Elf. A 9 will be a Dwarf. A 10 will be a Dwarf and a Dark Elf. An 11 will be a Troll, and a 12 will be a Jotun and a Troll. So it kind of gives you some options, some variants on mobs as you go through. We added a few more enemies to change it up a little bit. So you've got 6 base enemies: Dwarf, Dark Elf, Huldra, Draugr, Troll, and Jotun, each one having their own HP and damage. Then you've got your 3 mini bosses. You have Disir, Hungrier, and Ymir. Each one of them has a set HP and damage, and then your final battle with Cert.
Okay.
In the slides, initially we had the character set at 200 HP. After a couple play tests, we are going to bump that up to 250 to start with. So you'll actually, if you want to keep your HP on a calculator, you're going to start with 250 instead of 200. We did a couple play tests Friday night. Actually, we did 3. We recorded 2 out of the 3. The first one made it 8 rounds before he died. Second one made it 6 rounds before he died. And then Noel played and actually won. He made it all the way through. And that's when we decided that the HP needed to be bumped up a little bit, because it took him an hour and a half to make it all the way through the game. So if you've got 2 hours right now, we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So on the base deck, since we've got kind of a variation of how many cards are in there, currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dodges, counters, defense up, and attack up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 flies. And then the heal cards, instead of having the 100 hit point heals, we only have 50 and 25. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 15 total heal cards. So to vary up the deck, the 15 heal cards will go in. 5 fly cards. 7 counters. Actually, let's do 5 counters. Do 5 counters, 5 defense up, 5 dodges. We're varying up the deck a little bit to see how the gameplay runs based off of the new cards. And actually, working out the card balance has been kind of a challenge. So you've actually got a pretty decent deck to draw through. Shuffle these up. Did some statistical research on shuffling. Apparently, if you shuffle more than 7 times, it actually just cycles back. So we're only going to shuffle 7 to begin with. That was 4, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get these cards made from?
There's a print shop up the road from my apartment. And I told him that we needed to run a test run, send everything to him, had him print them up. He and I had a brief conversation about the board, the maps themselves. So we've got actually,
I showed the material.
you did? Oh yeah, that's what we're going to.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how to get, if we wanted this to run as a tabletop playable game just for funsies, how we would get the maps printed.
Mm-hmm.
Do 4 different variations of the maps, and then have them be able to be folded up and boxed up. And he can't print on cardboard like this, but to do test runs, we don't need to go this expensive. So this is canvas. This is like a thick paper, almost like the D&D rolls are, those maps. This is kind of what well, I'll turn it over. This is what a print looks like on it. So it actually gets some pretty good clarity.
Yeah, it should be fine.
And it's foldable. It doesn't score and it lays back flat. So we'd be able to print 4 different maps, front and back. So 2 of these boards, and you'd be able to choose your map just for funsies to add an extra level of, hey, let's see how this works. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. If anything else comes up that we forgot at the beginning of the game, we'll explain it as we go through. As you draw cards, I'll show them to the camera. So we'll record what cards you're drawing. And then to move through, make sure for you as the player, you've got a D6, a D4, a D12, a D10, and a D8.
All right, let me go get the, you said D12, D8.
And player HP. You're going to start with 250. We're going to let you keep up with your own HP. It's just easier. You don't have to update us every single time. You can just kind of give us a heads up. All right, I'm at whatever, whenever you want to say kind of where you're at. As we move through, the camera may change. I may move the camera up closer so you can actually see the board a little bit better. But this gives you an overview of the entire map.
Okay.
From almost a player perspective. So if you're good on the rules, any curiosity about your character and what they roll for damage, or
from what I can see, that all depends on the D10.
yes, your damage, every character rolls a D10 for damage. They all, every character in the entire game rolls a D4 for crit until you get to the power cards. That's when things shift a little bit, which we'll explain those after you draw them.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, if you're curious about the other characters' power cards or the summon cards, we can go through each one of the summon cards so you can understand what each character being summoned, how their HP changes, their attacks change, and their criticals change. So if you're ready to go, we will let you draw the top 3 cards and start building your hand.
All right. Yep, let's go ahead and do that.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put the deck here. Just
Kenneth just told you to let him in. Oh, never mind. He's in.
Oh, I'm already here.
I just saw your message.
currently,
Yeah, did you print those cards off or did you get them made?
I printed them at. I got a printer. I got a printer to print them.
Oh, nice. What'd you print them on?
This is card stock.
Oh, well, those are nice.
Yeah.
So, come on, focus, focus. There we go. So you drew 2 dodges,
Okay.
which allows you to dodge all damage for that round. It's a single use, and it doesn't count as an action. And you drew 1 attack up, which increases your attack damage. This card does count as an action, and the dice rolls are actually located on the card. So, for instance, if you rolled a 6, you'd actually attack for 9. If you roll an 11, you'd hit for 17. This is playable as an action, so that would actually count as an action when you're in battle.
Okay.
And you can roll your movement roll, which is a D6.
All right. And I got a 3.
Yay! You want to go just 3 forward?
Yep.
All right.
Let's roll the first enemy.
Yep. Here we go. That is in the middle. Let me not do that. So we rolled a 5. So you're going to fight a dark elf to begin with. And player always gets first attack. So go ahead and roll your attack.
My attack. Oh, we fighting at this distance?
Oh yeah, you fight after every move.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, at the end of every movement, You immediately go into a battle.
I got a 9.
You got
Nope.
a 9.
No. It's a 6. Oh, it's a 9.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
You get hit for 5.
All right. So let me subtract 5.
Something we've done to make this a little bit easier, if you have your cell phone with you, just open up the calculator, start with your max HP and just start doing the minus. Don't equals everything out, and it'll give you a total at the bottom without having to do anything. It just makes things faster, unless you're Noel with an accounting background that can do this math in your head super quick.
Yeah, and when me and Ian were playtesting this earlier, what I would do is allocate and figure out how much damage each player took by individual parties, so we could get a rough estimate of the damage they took that turn for the whole game.
You keep it up more rounds.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Your attack. They hit you for 5. Your turn to attack.
All right. Let me get my D10 again.
You're going to continuously go through this battle cycle, battle loop.
Got an 8.
You got an 8.
Mm-hmm.
They missed. They rolled a 1.
That sucks to suck.
Your attack.
Right.
All right. I kid you not, I rolled another 9.
All right. So you killed your first enemy. Now, at the end of battle, you draw the top 3 cards.
Uh-huh.
I'll turn them over and read them out to you, and then you choose one of the 3 to put in your hand. So you have 2 attack ups and a heal for 50.
These are good ones, man. I know I want to swap out the dodge for a heal.
So these are already in your hand. The only time that you can swap these is when you have a max hand.
Oh,
You choose one of these 3 to add to that player hand.
dang, that's crazy. All right, let me get a. I ain't gonna pass up. Let me get the heal. I ain't gonna pass that up.
So this is a heal for 50 HP.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put that in your hand. That is playable at any time. Does not count as an action. And then Noel, you can shuffle those again. So the other 2 go back into the deck, and the deck is immediately reshuffled. So now your hand, you have an attack up, 2 dodges, and a heal.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn movement roll. So roll a d6 and we'll figure out where you go.
All right. Wait, where did I defeat my first enemy at?
Right here.
Okay.
If you like, I can make marks on there.
What's the giant pink things again? Those the major enemies or something?
So the pink areas are the regular enemies, but the damage and the HP has been increased for those enemies. The orange areas, the enemy's HP has been decreased or increased.
They're like area of effect modifiers.
Yeah, so this is just increased HP. This one is increased HP and increased damage. And you'll
The
notice
actual pink figurines that figures themselves.
these are your mini bosses. So you have
Okay.
to defeat all 3 of these.
Okay.
I'll put an X to your first boss battle or your first battle defeat area.
Oh.
There is a catch to this that we've noticed. Noel likes to farm. So rather than go through a difficult area with his movement roll, he'll do circles and fight littler battles until he can move past them. Let you play through that way and then see how you feel about making the character only be able to move forward instead of being able to farm.
I rolled another 3.
Okay.
Movement.
So you want to go 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
All right. So we'll roll a 11. So you are fighting a troll by himself. You're getting lucky. All right. So move on to the attack phase.
All right. I rolled a 10.
All right. So you get to roll your crit, which is a D4.
That's a 1.
Okay. So you hit him for 11. He hits you for 2. A whopping 2. Now it's your attack. This battle cycle is the same. Attack from you, attack from him, attack from you, attack from him. During your action roll, you can choose to play an action card.
I got a 7.
Cool. And again, hit you for 2.
Got a 6.
They miss.
Got a 1.
You missed.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh,
They hit you for 4.
okay. I got a 10.
Hey, you crit again. Roll your D4.
And that's a 4.
Wow. All right. He hit you for 2. This troll has some issues.
Got a 5.
All right, killed the troll. Yay!
Kind of steamrolling this guy.
Yeah, we're still early.
Yeah,
That's
this is really early though.
That's round 2. Keep in mind, 2 out of the 3 play tests that we did Friday night, one of them ended on round 6, one of them ended on round 8, if that gives you an idea of where you are in relation to 2 people that have died.
I mean,
That's
then I
still
put
3.
like round 16. I like a lot.
Yeah, so it's changed since we did the play test. So this is a little bit more difficult. But
I like it though.
do your 3 draw. You have a heal for 25, a defense up, and a counter. The defense up acts, it allows you to decrease the amount of damage taken.
Defense
by
up.
50. And it's, oh, you want that one?
'Cause I'm about
That
to-
one counts as an action. And just for clarity, the counter adds a parry after the enemy attack, which allows you to roll the enemy attack die to negate some of the damage. And then you get to counter with another attack.
Hmm. Okay.
So these go back in the deck. And I'm going to have Noel be my deck shuffler. He can shuffle it again. And now it's your movement roll. So now you're kind of in a weird spot where I'm going to move the cards up a little bit. And let's see what the camera does when I get it up here.
Oh, you gotta shorten it. Oh, there we go.
All right. So there's where you're at. Put you there. And there's your player. There's your 3 mini bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make your movement roll, you know you can go left or right, and you have to go around that blue dot in the middle. So your choice on which way you want to go. I'll keep up with your cards with you. This way you can see the map. Make your
I'm gonna go
movement
3
roll.
to the left.
You're going to go straight to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You rolled 3. What'd you roll?
Yeah, it was a 3.
A 3. Okay. So do you want to go 1, 2, 3 into the orange? Do you want to go 1, 2, 3 and keep in the white, which keeps all the enemies the same? Or do you want to go 1, 2, 3 into the orange, or 1, 2, 3? It's up to you.
Directly into the orange. 1, 2, 3, directly into the orange.
You're going to go into the orange.
Mhm.
You're the only person that has made that choice. All right, so that increases the HP of all enemies that are going to be rolled. So
What?
That's what I told you. So the enemies now got more difficult. And I rolled a 9. So you are fighting a dwarf. Woohoo!
All right.
So since you're in the orange, that increased just the HP of the dwarf. So the dwarf is a little bit more difficult. So attack roll, go for it.
6.
Dwarf missed. Roll to 1.
6 again.
Oh, he critted. Roll to 4. And a 1. So you take 5.
Uh, 3.
He critted again. Roll to 4. And a 2. So you take 6.
Got a 9.
He crit again. Another 4. This is and a 3. This is not a loaded die, I promise you. So you took 7 damage that round. Your turn.
10.
You crit. So roll your damage for the crit.
1.
Wow, you hit him for exactly his health. So he is now dead. I'm not going to put an X where you're at because I don't want to screw up the orange. But
Okay.
now you have 5 cards in your hand. You currently have these. You're going to draw 3.
I'm gonna use the heal.
You're going to use a heal immediately.
Yeah.
All right. So you heal yourself for 50 HP.
Mm-hmm.
And then on your draw, you draw a heal, dodge, and defense up. The heal's for 50. The dodge, you have 2 in your hand, and the defense up, you have 1 in your hand.
I'm gonna take the heal.
Cool. Heal goes in your hand. Other 2 go into the deck. Deck gets reshuffled immediately. So now you know you have attack up, defense up, dodge, and a heal. I'm going to move these out of the way so we can see the map a little bit.
All right, I got a 4.
You got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
You want to just go straight this direction, or do you
Yes,
want to?
sir.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put you in that realm.
What does the black areas mean?
The black is just areas you can't travel. It makes you go around different areas.
All right, and what about the blue?
The blue is simulating a fountain area, and the green is simulating like a patch of bushes or grass. So you still have to go around. You can't climb on top of them.
Okay.
So we're assuming that you're going that direction at that mini boss. Now, next battle. I rolled an 11, which is another troll. You've been lucky. You have not rolled I haven't rolled a double, I haven't rolled a mob for you yet. All right. Your run.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Right here. That's a 4.
Rolled a 6.
Yes, damage for 6.
Yeah, damage for 6.
And I just rolled a 6 as well.
He hit you for 6 again.
That's a 3.
All right. He hit you for 2.
I rolled a 2 as well.
Boy, y'all are just smacking each other in the face right now. Oh, and the troll missed. He doesn't know what you're doing to him.
I'm not trying to get that. All right, a 10.
All right.
Seduce the troll. Seduce him.
And
Roll your crit.
Crit. Let's get. I got a 2.
All right. He hit you for 4.
Another 10.
Wow.
And that's a 3.
You hit him for exactly what his damage was, or his health was. So the troll is now dead. Awesome.
And I'm gonna use my health. Can I go above my 250?
No,
Or
it
there,
will cap out at your 250.
Okay.
So whatever is like goes over it, that is just wasted. So I would try to minimize that as much as possible. Like if you're gonna go over by 10, I'd wait a little to where at least go over by at least in the single digits.
Okay. So I didn't factor
So
that
it
the first
wouldn't be
time
that
around.
much waste.
All right, so explaining.
But what are you thinking so far of the game? How are you liking it?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I have no issues so far.
All right.
Movement is an engagement. Battle system is dependent upon the die, but the initial start, when we first sat down and I'm gonna take the I
So
have 5 in my hand.
you have 5 in your hand.
What does fly do again?
Fly allows you to change your movement roll. So the fly card allows you to roll a d12. Your minimum movement will be 6. Your maximum will be 12.
Ooh, and this is one-time use.
Yep, single use.
Yes, it's a one-time use. It's good if you want to get from one huge boss to another.
Yeah, let
So
me
that
take
way,
that.
its purpose is to help mitigate getting into the damage area.
All right. And what would you like to swap in? You've got an attack up, a defense up, a heal for 50, and 2 dodges.
Get rid of a dodge.
Okay. Now you've got attack up, defense up, dodge, heal, and a fly in your hand. It is your movement roll.
All right. 1.
You can use the fly now.
So I got a 2.
So you're just going to roll a regular roll and keep the fly in your hand?
Yeah.
All right.
3.
So your minimum is 3. So I can put you here, which puts you outside of the heavy damage ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then the minimum roll that you need to get to the mini boss is 3. So you wouldn't even have to roll a movement roll. We know that you would be able to get to him from this point.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
All right. So move these out of the way. We're going to roll your next battle. And just so you're aware, after this battle, you immediately go into a battle with a mini boss.
Okay.
I rolled a 5. So you're fighting a dark elf.
Oh. Okay. Off the bat, I rolled a 10.
All right. Roll your crit.
2.
She hits you for 5.
Okay. I rolled a 5 as well.
She hits you for 5 again.
I rolled a 3.
She misses.
I rolled a 7.
All right. So you've defeated the dark elf. You get your battle draw. 1, 2, 3. You drew a heal, an attack up, and a counter. You currently have a defense up, attack up, dodge, heal, and fly in your hand.
I'm going to use my heal, and I'm going to take that heal.
All right. Uses his heal, replaces it with a heal for 25. That is your draw round. These go back in the deck. Deck gets reshuffled. And now we know that your minimum movement is 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now fighting a mini boss. So your mini boss is going to be hungrier, which is he's a giant, super drunk, super upset with the gods, threatened to kill all of them. And just for your awareness, he hits you for the same amount that you hit him. So his damage is a D10 just like yours. He's got 100 health points. So it's on you, your first round.
All right.
Keep in mind that you still have cards that you can use on this too. So I'm going to leave them out in front of you so you can
And are the cards permanent or are they one-time use?
So all the cards
For the
are
defense.
single, all of them are a single use. The defense and the attack up have counters. So they last for 5 rounds.
Okay. Let me see what let's do this. Let's dance real quick. I rolled a 4.
All right. He hit you for 2.
I rolled a 2 as well.
Ah, he missed. These rolls are horrible.
I missed as well.
He hit you for 2. He's just like drunk chipping away at your toes right now.
I rolled a 9.
He rolled a 7.
And that's going to be a 10.
All right. Roll your crit.
That's going to be a 1.
He rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2 as well.
Hit you for 4.
Dang. I rolled a 2.
Good. At least you rolled a bad 2. He hit you for 7.
That's going to be a 9.
Hit you for 3.
That's another 9.
Hit you for 6.
That's an 8.
Hit you for 9.
That's another 8.
Hit you for 2.
That's a 10. And 1.
And he hit you for 7.
That's an 8.
He hit you for 2.
That's 8 as well.
Hit you for 3. What's your HP looking like right now?
What was that last number you yelled out?
A 3?
194.
Okay, good.
And that's a 10.
Jesus. All right, roll your crit.
3.
You killed your first mini boss. Woohoo! So I'm going to put the pink token next to, or down here next to your health where I initially wrote it. Now, draw the top power card. Here you go. And you have pulled Summon Frigg.
Okay.
So for this summon card, it does not count as an action. You summon Frigg to fight alongside you. She shows up with 50 HP, attacks with a D10, and crits with a D8. She also takes all the enemy damage until she dies. She lasts until the end of battle.
And how many power cards could I hold in my hand?
3. 1 for each of the mini bosses.
Okay.
So she is now in your hand, ready to go. You also get your battle draw, which is 2 attack ups and a defense up?
I'm gonna discard all 3.
Okay. That's a first. Shuffle.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to move your cards out of the way a little bit so we can see. And I'll keep your power cards separate from your regular cards. Now you do your movement roll, or do you want to try to fly to the next one?
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to do.
All right. So we're going to play the fly card. You roll a D12.
Okay. It's an 8.
8 puts you here,
Mm-hmm.
here, here, or here.
Let's go on that outer brim right there.
This one?
No, the one your finger was just on right there.
Okay. So we'll put you here.
All right, and I'll take this.
Fly is gone. You immediately go into another battle with a Draugr. And you can start your battle round.
I'm gonna activate my heal card.
All right. You heal for 25.
25?
25.
25, yeah.
Dang. That was 50.
Oh yeah. There's heal for 50 and heal for 25. That's your 2 options.
All right, I rolled a 7.
He hits you for 6.
What's my Draugr's health?
Starts at 35.
I rolled a 5.
He hits you for 5.
I rolled a 6.
He hits you for 6.
I rolled a 10 and a 2.
You and the crits, man. He hits you for 7.
I rolled a 9.
So you have destroyed that battle. We'll do another battle draw of 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. You have pulled a dodge and 2 attack ups. Which would you like to keep? You currently have an attack up, defense up, and a dodge in your hand.
And the attack up only lasts for that battle.
Yes, and it only lasts 5 rounds.
How many attack ups could I use in a single battle?
You can use as many as you want.
All right, let me take that attack up.
Okay. So now you have 2 attack ups, a defense up, and a dodge. And because you're within 3 spaces of the mini boss, you immediately advance to the next mini boss, who is Desir, which is the evil version of a Valkyrie. She shows up, wings flapping, kicked off at you. Hates all the gods, trying to destroy everything. She has 100 HP and she hits for a D10 damage.
Wait, off the bat?
Well, that's her health and her damage is D10. So she hits you with the same amount of damage that you would hit her.
Okay. Dang. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna activate attack up.
All right, so that tack up is now in play. You get a counter. You start off with 5 rounds on your counter, and that is your first action. So that actually counts as your attack. So now she gets to attack. She hits you for 3.
All right. Let me roll. That's a 4.
So with the attack up, that automatically makes you hit her for 6.
Yeah, take
And
it.
your counter goes down to 4. She hits you for 3.
That's a 9.
So you hit for 14. Your counter goes down to 3. She hits you for 4.
That's a 6.
So 6 is a 9. Drops you down to 2. Oh, she hits you for 6.
That's another 6.
So she hits you you hit for another 9. You're down to 1. She misses.
That's a 9. I won't miss.
Oh, no, that's 14.
All right, that goes away.
Your attack up is now done. You're back to hitting for normal.
Okay.
She hits you for 5.
I got a 10. 3.
She hits you for another 5.
Got a 7.
She hits you for another 5. She's just going to keep chipping away at you.
I got a 4.
She hits you for 4.
I got another 4.
She crits for 10 and 4.
Oh my.
So she hits you for 14.
Dang. Now I rolled a 10
Okay.
and 2.
She hits you for 7. What's your HP looking like?
143.
Okay, good.
I got 5.
She hits you for 5.
I got a 6.
All right. You have destroyed your second mini boss.
Oh, took almost all my health.
Oh no. The first time I ran through with mini bosses, I made it all the way to the end, but I didn't go over 100 HP. Once I dropped below 100 HP, I stayed below 100 HP until the end of the game. Like I died on cert. Your first draw, you have received a Summon Odin.
All right.
So you'll be able to summon Odin to fight alongside you. His HP is 50. His attack is a D12. His critical is a D12. He also takes all enemy damage during that round, during that battle.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're able to summon Odin and Frigg to attack alongside you. Both of them can be played during a battle. They don't count as action. It just summons them both up. And then it would act as if you have 3 different attack rounds, each for each character. And when you take damage, you choose which one you wanted to take damage from.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. This is your battle draw. You pulled a heal for 50, a heal for 25, and a fly. You currently have 3 cards in your hand, so you're allowed to choose 1.
Dang. Oh man, let me get the heals.
Which one? The 50 or the 25?
Oh, I only can choose one.
Yep.
Oh man, let me get the 50.
Okay. So now you have 4 cards in your hand total. You've got a defense up, attack up, a dodge, a heal, and you've got your 2 summon power cards. Your next enemy is there. You're currently blocked, so you need to roll and go around the black spaces.
Okay. All right, 6.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts you there.
We're doing that.
6 puts you there.
We're not doing that.
So now we're going to roll for your next battle. Let me get the cards out of the way. Rolled a 2. You fight a Huldra and a Dark Elf. You choose which one you attack first.
Activate my heal.
All right, so you heal for 50. That goes back in the deck. Deck gets shuffled.
All right, what are their HPs at?
So the Huldra has 30. The Dark Elf has 25. They both hit for a D6. During a mob battle like this, you will get to attack once. They will each get to attack after.
Okay. I rolled a 10.
Which one are you hitting?
The one with the least amount of HP.
So the dark elf.
And my critical is going to be at 4.
All right. The dark elf crits.
Dang.
And the Huldra crits. Both of them get to roll. So that's 12 damage plus 1 for the dark elf and 3 for the Huldra. So you took a total of 16 damage.
I rolled a 4.
The Huldra hits you for 4. And then the dark elf misses.
I rolled a 6.
The dark elf hits you for 6, which is a crit. The Huldra hits you for 5. The dark elf's crit roll is a 1. So she hits you for a total of 7, and the Huldra hits you for 5.
Hey, Ian,
Yeah, what's up?
hold on 1 second.
I rolled a 6. Yeah.
All right, so you rolled a 6. You hit the dark elf for 6. She only had 1 HP, so that killed her, and the remaining 5 go at the Huldra.
All right.
So, you got a question or what?
Oh, you need to decide. Are you heading over here?
Oh, you need my address?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna head over.
All right.
All right.
I'm
That's it.
done taking care of what I had to take care of my house with my wife and my kids real fast, so I was gonna head on over to help out, and we could continue to work whenever this is done. If that was cool with you.
Well, as soon as this is done, I got to jump back into the assignment for the week. I've got to get that turn-in done. I mean, we can run through one more game. I also have to teach tonight, so if you're in the area, if you're in the area, come on over. We can run another game after this and record it, and then I can jump into my teaching and my assignment to get it done tonight.
Yeah, I'm not that far out. I just need your address.
Noel's going to send it to you.
If you could. All right.
All right. So all you've got left is the Huldra. It's her attack turn. She hits you for 5.
Okay. Rolled a 10 and a 4.
She hits you for 2.
Rolled a 5.
She hits you for 4.
Rolled a 1.
You missed. She missed.
Rolled a 10
All right.
and a 1.
Exactly what you needed to defeat her. So you get another battle draw. You have 1 mini boss left. You drew an attack up and 2 flies. You have 3 cards in your hand, so you can choose one.
Let me get the fly.
Cool. Fly goes in your hand. These go back in the deck. It gets reshuffled. Now you're only 3 spaces from the next mini boss, so you're immediately moved to your mini boss battle. Last one, it's Ymir. He's the first thing ever created. He's technically all of the gods' great-great-grandfather in some sense, because all the gods were descended from the giants. He has 100 HP, and he hits with a D10.
Okay.
So you get first attack. It's your attack round. You have a defense up, attack up, dodge, fly, and the 2 summon cards in your hand.
I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7. He rolled a 7.
I'm activating attack up.
All right, that counts as your action. You have 5 rounds remaining. He hits you for 9.
I rolled a 7.
All right, so that's 11. He hits you for 3. This goes down to 4.
I rolled a 10.
That makes it go down to 3, which is a crit.
2.
15, and then a 2.
Yeah.
All right. He hits you for 6.
I rolled a 2.
All right, you hit him for 3 total. He hits you for 2.
I rolled a 6.
So you actually hit for 9. You have 1 round left. He hits you for 9.
And I rolled a 10. And a 3.
Your attack up is done. It goes back into the deck. You get hit for 7.
Rolled a 9.
You get hit for 5.
Rolled another 9.
Crit, 10 and 1. So you get hit for 11.
All right. I rolled a 5.
You get hit for 2.
I rolled a 6.
8.
I rolled a 9.
Woohoo! You killed your next mini boss. Yay! All 3 mini bosses are dead. The gates to the castle unlock. And now you get your power card draw. First card up the top of the deck is a lightning strike. It's Thor specific power. Does not count as an action. You call 3 bolts of lightning. So you would roll 3d6, 1d6 per bolt. Critical strike, if player rolls a 1 or a 6 on those bolt strikes, you get to roll your critical. So if you roll a 6, 3d6, and 2 of them land on a 6 and 1 land on a 1, that's all criticals. This attacks with your attack up, and it does not, it's a single use card. So this would be you would hit with an attack, then you could use this as an action immediately after your attack. So technically you would get 2 attacks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So there are your 3 power cards. You currently have Lightning Strike, Summon Odin, and Summon Frigg. And we're going to draw 3 for your battle draw. Ooh, you're getting lucky on this. So you pulled it. Heal for 50, heal for 20.
Heal for 50.
Okay, makes sense. All right. So you have a fly card, a heal for 50, a dodge, a defense up, all in your hand. Your 3 power cards are Summon Frigg, Summon Odin, and Lightning Strike. You need
I'm going to
to
activate fly.
All right. Roll your D12.
Come on, something good. An 11.
$11 puts you there, or there, or there.
Let me land on the outside.
Right here in one of these.
Yeah, because the other ones are going to give them power-ups.
All right.
Let me also activate my heal.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your HP at now?
130.
Okay, so
Okay.
that actually is working well.
Yes.
What round are we on?
Huh? That's
That
gonna
was
be
round
around
10. This will be round 11.
11, yeah.
All right, so you're on round 11, which is also good. You have 130 HP. You know that you have this battle to go, and then you're on to Cert. You don't have to roll again because you're within 3 spaces of him. So I'm going to roll your battle, and I rolled a 5. So you're only fighting a Dark Elf, so you've lucked out this entire game with only 1 double mob. So the Dark Elf has 25 HP.
25. Okay.
Yep, you're good. You're in a good spot.
It's time to rape this Keebler elf.
All right. So roll your damage.
I want my cookies.
What'd you roll?
I got a 6.
All right. She hits you for 3.
I rolled a 9.
She crits.
Oh, great.
Total of 9 damage.
Oh, awesome. And that's a 10 and a 4.
All right, you killed her.
Should have had my cookies.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. I don't need
Yeah,
the
you
bottom
don't
card.
need it, yeah.
1, 2, 3 for your battle draw. Attack up, a defense up, and a counter.
You set me up. Let me get an attack up.
Attack up. How'd I set you up, man?
I wanted to heal.
I know. There's plenty of heal cards in there. You've drawn more heal cards than anybody has drawn recently. So
I'll also say this too, with the power cards, we actually have 50% chance of getting that replenish.
yeah, and the replenish card is a heal for max HP. So you just haven't drawn your extra card to get you all the way there. So you don't have to roll. You are battling Cert.
Let's do this.
Cert has 150 HP and rolls a D12 for damage.
Oh, great.
Should bring this into focus.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to pull your cards up so you can see everything. So
All right.
there's your 3 power cards. And here are your 3 cards in your hand.
I'm going to give him one opportunity to kill me. He only going to have one chance to hit me and kill me.
All right.
I am going, you know what? I'll be nice. I'm going to give him 2. I'm going to activate my defense up.
Defense up gets activated. I'm going to put that here. We've got a counter on that one. So it's his turn. He hits you for 4, which is actually 2.
Oh, you soft. You soft, man. Let me get that attack up activated too.
So that one is now at 5. There you go. He misses.
Oh, you're done. You had one job. All right, so I'm going to summon my 2 heroes.
They both get summoned. They each have 50 HP. And just so we can play this correctly, Odin and Frigg.
And what's his name health at?
His main health is 150.
Oh, you're about to get right. Okay, so let me activate my lightning bolt strike.
All right. So you roll your attack, then roll your lightning strike, then roll Frigg, then roll Odin.
Wait, that's a lot of rolling. I
So you're just coming at him hard right at the beginning. So
Yeah.
roll your normal attack die.
Okay, let me do that. That is going to be a 6.
All right. Plus your attack up, which puts you at a 9. Now your lightning strike. Roll 3d6 and tell me what they are.
First one is 5.
All right. So you hit for 8.
Next one's 4,
You hit for 6.
and the last one's 4.
You hit for 6 again. Lightning strike is gone. Now you attack with either Frigg or Odin, whichever one. You're going to attack with both.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
If you're going to attack with Frigg, you roll a D10.
D10.
Odin's a D12.
Okay. Do the D10 first.
Okay.
That's a 9.
So that's actually a 14.
And
Now roll your D12.
5.
All right. His attack. 8. Yep. So 8 hit points of damage. Pick which one you want it to go to. Do you want it to go to Frigg or do you want to go to Odin?
Which one of them is the strongest?
Both of them have 50.
All right. Which one of them has the least amount of health?
Are you talking? Okay. Both of them are at 50 health. Odin's the strongest. Frigg is weaker.
Let him hit Frigg.
Okay. So he hits Frigg for
It was 8, right?
8, but the defense up drops that down to a 4.
Dang.
So she's at 46. Odin's at 50. Ready?
No, one was activated before the other.
Right, but you did an attack, so that dropped you down to 4.
Okay. And when I take damage, then it drops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So you actually hit for 6. Roll Odin or Frigg, whichever one. A 10 or a D12.
The 10 is an 8.
Okay.
D12 is a 12.
Ooh.
So you crit.
Oh,
So his critical strike is another D12.
All right. That is going to be a 5.
So that puts you at 8. Your attack up goes down to 3.
Hey, Ken, make sure you drive safe. It's raining heavy out here.
All right, ready, ma'am?
Yep.
He hits you for
Yeah, it's not
11.
random where I'm at, but I'm on the 417, so it's actually pretty clear and nice.
So the 11 actually drops down to a 5, and I suppose you want to still take that from Frigga or Frigg.
Yep.
So she's down to 41. All right, your attack, man. You're
How is
doing
his
good.
health looking?
He's at 55.
This man getting demolished by like.
Yeah, you were smart and were able to keep your power cards until the last battle.
I rolled a 6.
So you hit for 9. Now roll Frigg or Odin.
A 4 and a 12.
Shit. So roll your crit for Odin, which is another D12.
All right. I kid you not, it is another 12.
Wow. All right. He hits for 3. Off of Frigg because of your defense. So she's down to 48. No,
No,
38. 38. So she's at 38. Odin's at 50. What's your HP at?
Still sitting at 116.
All right. So technically, you've got 200 HP at least right now, and he's at 4. So he's going to hit you for 9, which gets dropped down to a 4.
So I'm at 200 HP.
Total with everything. So she's down to 34. You hit with yourself and then hit with Odin and hit with, actually, if you wanted to roll, if you have 2 D10s, roll 2 D10s and a D12 at the same time. This will be fun.
All right, so I got a 2, 4, and a 12.
Roll your crit for the D12.
10.
So you knocked him down to negative 38 hit points in that one round. You have killed Cert.
Goodbye, sir.
And ta-da, you have won the game. You've saved Asgard. So you were, you had one more defense round, one more attack up round, and you still had a dodge that you could have played. So this was a good strategy for you to have these at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Other ways that this has worked out is people have played their summons or their attacks on one of the mini bosses, which reduces their number when they get to Cert. But those people also did not, luck of the draw, pull the heals that you pulled. So that was us giving you the opportunity to run at 250 health to start with. The next go round, we'll drop it back down to 200 because I feel like that might have been a little bit smoother going through at 250, but there's more heal cards in the main deck.
So we'll drop next.
Yeah, next round we'll drop back down to 200 and see how that goes through.
That 200 is a stress factor, man. It was tough getting it. I almost died. Close to
Yeah.
I had 250.
Yeah, so it took us an hour and a half to run through Noel's game Friday.
And that's a 200.
He had
HP.
200 health, and it literally,
And I was not rolling well at times too.
no, it was intense. Coming close to the end of the game, like he was purposely to build his hand, risking fighting another battle, a regular battle, just to see if he could get a heal card. And you pulled a replenish.
Yeah, I pulled a replenish.
So after he battled the last mini boss, he went up to full health.
So that almost sounds like your playtest at the UX lab.
Yeah, it was intense. So I'm going to stop recording on this for this playtest complete. Dion won. He defeated Cert, and Asgard is now safe.